Have you ever heard of a country having a king for just 1 week? Well, get ready for a wild story about how a Russian adventurer scammed his way into becoming the one and only king of Andorra. Our story begins in the 1930s with Boris Kozyrev, a charismatic Russian émigré with a knack for telling tall tales. He bounced around Europe, charming his way through high society, but he had bigger plans. His eyes were set on the tiny, quiet principality of Andorra, nestled in the Pyrenees Mountains between France and Spain. Back then, Andorra was a bit of a feudal backwater, jointly ruled by the Bishop of Urgell in Spain and the President of France. Boris saw an opportunity. He rolled into town and presented himself as a nobleman with a grand vision. He promised to modernize Andorra, turn it into a tax haven, and bring in casinos and tourists. He basically offered to make the country rich overnight. He drafted a whole new constitution, naming himself Boris I, King of Andorra. And believe it or not, the local council, the General Council, actually voted in favor of it. For a glorious few days, Boris was living the dream. He issued decrees, designed a new flag, and started planning his lavish new kingdom. He was printing official gazettes and acting every bit the monarch. But his reign was shorter than a long weekend. The Bishop of Urgell was not amused. He saw Boris for what he was, a con man. The bishop declared Boris' actions illegal and sent a handful of Spanish guards to Andorra to deal with the situation. Boris was arrested without a fight, just 8 days after declaring himself king. He was kicked out of Spain and eventually faded back into obscurity, but his bizarre story lives on. For one brief, shining moment, a clever impostor managed to talk a whole country into making him their king. It's a hilarious and unbelievable piece of history that proves sometimes the craziest plans almost work. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this weird slice of history, don't forget to like and subscribe for more stories you won't believe are true.